Death of a star who inspired so many people. Jason's terrible death was originally reported online, but it wasn't until hours later that his agent, Justin Hunt, told TMZ that the report was true. After hearing about Jason's death, Walter Jones, who portrayed the Black Ranger in the TV show, was also devastated. He told the publication that he served as an inspiration for a lot of people. "We will sincerely miss having him here. The loss of yet another Ranger is heartbreaking." He continued, "Jason was one of the biggest pranksters on the show. He had a wild sense of humor. We had our shares of ups and downs, but I stayed consistent about being an ear if he needed one. My prayers go out to his family and all that will miss him." Jason's performance as the Green Ranger has made a significant impact on the industry. Those who had seen the show were ready to end their quiet and offer respects to the platform. One user wrote, "Just heard of the passing of Jason David Frank, the Green Ranger. When I was a child growing up in a less than stable home, you were the first hero I remember truly believing in. You always gave me hope. Rest in peace. Please, tell someone you love them. They just might need it." Another added, "Woke up to the news that Jason David Frank has passed away. As the Green or White Ranger, he had a huge impact on my childhood. When I finally got the chance to meet him, he was always kind to me. Really gonna miss him." Background of Jason David Frank. On September 4, 1973, Jason David Frank was born in Covina, California. His role as Tommy the Green Power Ranger in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, which originally gained him widespread recognition. He appears in 124 episodes of the show from 1993 and 1996. He appears in 124 episodes of the show from 1993 and 1996. He played the part in the first film adaptation of the series in 1995, which brought in $66 million globally on a $15 million budget. Later, he would reprise his role as Tommy in 50 episodes of Power Rangers Zeo and 19 episodes of Power Rangers Turbo in 1996 and 1997 respectively. For the rest of his career, he kept working in various variations of the Power Rangers world. In addition to being a member of the Power Rangers, Jason was a skilled fighter. He competed in several MMA matches and has a 7th degree black belt. He received numerous honors, including the 2003 American Karate Master of the Year title. Legend of the White Dragon, a movie, had its Kickstarter debut in 2020. It was planned to be a fan film or mini-series. It gained popularity and excitement, and it eventually developed into a full-length feature film. The film features former Power Rangers Frank, Jason Font, and Ciara Hanna. Jason David Frank's net worth. Jason's estimated net worth was $500,000, according to Celebrity Net Worth. He was an actor, martial artist, and professional mixed martial arts fighter who gained notoriety as the Green Ranger. He was able to make his imprint on the industry because of the popularity of Power Rangers. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, his television program, assisted him in attracting fans from all over the world. Jason David Frank, career, journey to success. Frank was chosen to play the Green Ranger, Tommy Oliver. The part was set for 14 shows. Because the character was so popular, he came back as the White Ranger and became the new leader of the team. Frank was supposed to play Adam Steele, the main character in VR Troopers, which was originally called Cybertron. He even filmed a pilot episode before he was called back to Power Rangers. Frank and Brad Hawkins both say that Hawkins' character was supposed to be the White Ranger instead of Tommy Oliver in the first place. But because Ranger fans liked Tommy Oliver, Frank was brought back and Tommy Oliver became the White Ranger. Hawkins would take over on VR Troopers. Adam Steele's name has been changed to Ryan Steele. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers changed into Power Rangers Zeo after 3 years. The change is part of the Rangers' annual costume change, which happens at the same time as the Super Sentai series. The Red Zeo Ranger was made out of Frank's character. In Power Rangers Turbo, the next season, his character was the first Red Turbo Ranger. Frank, Johnny Young Bosch, Nakia Burris, and Catherine Sutherland all agreed to leave the show in the middle of the season, and they were all replaced. Jason David Frank worked in Legend of the White Dragon. In 2020, Kickstarter was used to start making the movie Legend of the White Dragon. At first, it was going to be a fan film or a mini-series. Because it was so popular and exciting, it turned into a full-length movie. Frank, Jason Font, and Sierra Hanna, all of whom have been Power Rangers before, are in the movie. Mark Dacascos, Michael Madsen, Andrew Brighton Batchelor, and Jenna Frank are also in the cast. In 2021, the movie ended. It is being made right now and will come out in 2023. Jason David Frank really knows the martial arts. With his knowledge of numerous martial arts such as Shotokan, Wadri, Taekwondo, Judo, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Muay Thai, Wing Chun, Jeet Kune Do, and Aikido, Frank gathered the most useful applications, modified them with his own philosophies, and produced his own variations of American karate. Toso Kundo. He was admitted to the World Karate Union Hall of Fame on June 28, 2003. On February 29, 2008, Frank made an appearance in the Arnold Classic in Columbus, Ohio. Jason David Frank quotes, "If you live day by day and do the best you can, then you'll have a great future. If you worry about the future and you don't live the best day, you're not going to have a future." I've got a lot of fans, but I say friends because every time I meet a fan somewhere around the world, I don't consider them a fan. I consider them as a friend. When it comes to belts and rank, I don't care what belt I am. I don't care what rank I am. I'm proud that I've achieved high ranks through some great instructors around the world, but ultimately, the mat doesn't lie. Power Rangers has changed a lot of lives. I've always been a martial arts fighter. It goes back to when I was 18. I was competing in the circuit, but when you're performing, you tend to pull punches because you don't want to hurt anyone. I'm a huge Marvel Comics fan, and I'm a huge Wolverine fan. I like the X-Men comic book. I try to motivate people and inspire them, to let them know that they're not alone. I have high standards I hold myself to besides Christianity. If you're an enemy, I would love for you to be a fan because I don't like enemies. A black belt is what you prove to be, but also what it means in your heart. Power Rangers. Red Rangers say goodbye to Jason David Frank with emotional messages. After confirming his death, his co-stars in the mythical series have not waited to dedicate emotional messages to him on social networks. Two of the most striking were precisely the actors who gave life to the Red Power Rangers, Austin St. John and Steve Cardenas. The first Red Power Ranger, Austin St. John, shared a photo next to Jason David Frank and dedicated an emotional message to him. "Once a Ranger, always a Ranger," paraphrasing an iconic line from the series. For his part, Steve Cardenas, who worked with Jason David Frank from the third season, used his Instagram account to write an extensive and heartfelt message for the loss of his friend. Jason David Frank is and always will be an icon. He dedicated his life to the Power Rangers and especially to his fans. He elevated the franchise to a popular culture phenomenon. JDF was a good soul and my brother both on screen and off. The Ranger Nation has lost a true hero. As is known, the Power Rangers series began airing in 1993 and starred Austin St. John, Thuy Trang, Walter Johns, Amy Jo Johnson, David Yost, as well as Jason David Frank. For the third season, Steve Cardenas joined as the Red Power Ranger 2 and Catherine Sutherland as the Pink Ranger 2, among others. Tributes to Jason David Frank. R.I.P. Jason David Frank, the greatest Power Ranger to have ever lived. All of Ranger Nation is deeply saddened by the loss of Jason David Frank. JDF brought countless smiles to fans over the years and will be greatly missed. May the power protect him, always. Thank you, Rangers. You've done a great service to the entire universe. I guess it's time to say goodbye again. May the power protect you all. R.I.P. Jason David Frank. There weren't too many that inspired me as a kid, but this man surely did. A true legend whose role transcended the small and big screen. You will truly be missed, but never forgotten. You are the Power Ranger. Rest in peace, Jason David Frank. Hero forever for me. One of my VHS tapes broke because I kept rewinding the scene over and over again. Tammie joining the Power Rangers was the biggest thing for me as a kid. R.I.P. Jason David Frank. Power Rangers Daily. R.I.P. Jason David Frank. To those who possess the great power, all things are possible. Hashtag Power Rangers and Jason David Frank showed the entire world what that great power truly is. It is knowledge, confidence, bravery, courage, morality, kindness, teamwork. JDF was iconic to PR. He will always be. I may be old, but I can still pull it off. R.I.P. Jason David Frank. Power Rangers Daily. R.I.P. Jason David Frank. R.I.P. Jason David Frank. You are and will always be my favorite childhood hero. Hashtag Power Rangers. Frank, on the popularity of Power Rangers. I didn't do something to make it big, but I did it because I was passionate about something. I was only hired for like 10 episodes and I didn't care because I loved it. I wanted to act. I thought I'd be great to be a superhero, and I just stuck with it. From a 2014 interview for ScienceFiction.com.